Hello, friend. Christina Zaharia coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. Drop a one in the chat if you are live here with me. Today, I am super excited to introduce you to someone in our community. We formed tight a tight community where we're sometimes nice sometimes, and we're just allowing new people to come into our community. But no, I'm joking. We're welcoming everyone. But this person that I'm going to introduce to you shortly is someone that I don't really know much about, other than she has tons of determination and she does not give up. We were supposed to go on a live 30 minutes ago, but due to technical difficulties, something just didn't click. But you know what? She didn't give up. And neither should you hang up right now, because you want to know this person. Ana Maria, welcome. How are you today?
Hi, hello everyone. Hello, Christina. Thank you for your invitation. I'm great. I'm doing well, although we had some issues with the camera and all, but yes, we did it. I managed.
It's okay. It happens. And you know what? You didn't let these technical difficulties define who you are, and that shows a lot of grit. So I am so happy. I feel like I already know more about you than I knew 30 minutes ago. So do me a favor, for those who don't really know who you are, introduce yourself a little bit about your background, interests, where you live, and well, we'll see where you live, but give us an intro of who Ana Maria is.
Yes, so my name is Ana Maria. I'm a mom of three and a registered nurse by profession. I started my own business 3 years ago. I live in Northern Ireland with my family, but I'm from Romania. And so I'm a nurse by profession, but I started this business 3 years ago, or a little bit over 3 years ago. I'm so grateful to be here to share a little bit of my story. Yes. And I met Christina through this amazing online business program. Yeah. And thank you very much, Christina, for inviting me. Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely my pleasure. So thank you so much for giving us a synopsis of who you are. And if you allow me, I would like to start with the first question, which is, what inspired you to start your digital business, and what was life like before you began?
So I took just after the pandemic and the cost of living increased, and I took overtime like anyone would do to keep like the same, to keep up with the same lifestyle, I would say. And I must say that I was looking for to start a traditional business. I had it in my mind for a long time, but because you know I had fears, I was thinking, what if I'm not good enough, or we have different fears in our thoughts, and so I struggle a little bit, and I postpone it, and so as immigrants, you may want to go in holiday for longer period of time, let's say, and just going once back home, and instead of going a few times, and I just was just fed up with this thought that someone else has to tell me when to go for holiday and for how long. And as well, there was a period in my life whenever I was really exhausted by working overtime and long commute, and my children, I remember my children was saying to me, "Mommy, why don't you take a job in our school to work, to be near them, that goes straight to your heart, And then, as I said, I had a hard period of time at work, and I was thinking to do the shift online. Life is not easy, but we have to make it better. We just need to focus on how can we improve the situation. So this time I came across this online business and I thought, let's do it. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you know what? I totally understand what you're referring to about your kids. It was just so fascinating. Well, not fascinating. Like you said, it just hit you in the heart when I took my kids to the specialist and they said, why don't you draw mom? And what they did, they drew me at the computer saying, mom is always busy. I was like, right? So you want to shift that paradigm, right? And make a change. So and yeah, I'm so happy that you said yes and I said yes. So that's fantastic. A question for you that I have was, what have you felt that has been your biggest shift or transformations that you've experienced since starting this business?
So since I started, I could see a transformation in my mindset. First thing, um, the transition from employee to entrepreneur is not easy. Was not for me, but it's not impossible. And I believe that when you have the right tools, support, and resources, you can thrive even without experience. And the first step is harder. You need to let go of the past and enjoy the journey, even if you take small steps. Because you don't know everything, but as long as you take small steps in the right direction, you're gonna succeed. So we didn't have experience either. I didn't have experience, but yeah. So as long as we allow us to grow, learn every day, we will succeed, and everyone will succeed. And most importantly, I reduced my hours. I take no longer overtime,
Oh, that's awesome.
and my future looks bright. I know. I'm really looking forward. And I'm doing this. I'm doing only this. I'm looking forward to be doing only this flexible business and retire early from my job. With God's grace. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I really love how you hit the nail on the head when you spoke about mindset, because we don't realize how important mindset truly is, because humans usually have a tendency to be negative. And so if we just go on that path, we just, continue to dig deeper into the hole of negativity. So just shifting to a positive mindset is so important. That's awesome. What advice would you give to someone who's on the fence about starting their own online business? You probably saw ads, you probably saw someone mention their online business, but don't have the guts to say, yes, it's time. What would you tell them?
I would just say, just do it. Dream big and just do it. Don't wait for approval of others. Don't wait to be perfect. Uh, then start. It's always better to start and learn and grow. And this is part of the process. And we have great training and support, and in our community, you can always reach out and say what you're dealing with, and there will always be someone to tell you, I've been there, here's what I did, so you can learn this way and grow. And the progress always beats the perfection.
Mhm.
So if you don't start today, most likely you won't start tomorrow. There will be always fear holding you back. As I said, first step is harder, but it's powerful. Yeah.
Mhm. So true, so true. And I really want to commend you because we are part of the same accountability group. And maybe it's the same as in business, right? You probably watched it and said, "Oh, maybe it would be good, but I don't know." And finally, you jumped in, and I can already see 3 months down the road how this is going to improve even more. But this is just an example of the resources that we have Zooms where we can connect. We have a platform that teaches you everything step by step. And I love how you said that without prior experience, you were able to figure things out with the right tools. Now, for those who are watching us and say, you know what, enough, you convinced me, what would you say is the next step for them to take?
So this business model that we share has a few steps, and it is very easy to follow. It's a step-by-step system, so that even without experience, as I said, you can join and thrive. First thing is to follow, to watch the free webinar that explains the basics of the business. And if you decide to go ahead, at the end of the webinar, you will have the next step. So the next step, the second step, will give you more insight into the business, compensation plan, strategies, and all other details about products, companies we work with, that generate this high ticket commission, and so on. So you will have access to our platform, to the training and our resources. Even then, you have a month to decide if you want to continue or not. But there's nothing to lose but to gain.
Mhm. So true, so true. Ana Maria, I wanted to be mindful of your time because I know it's getting late where you are, but I wanted to thank you so much for being on here with me. And I will continue to cheer you on this journey and see how far we both get in our businesses. All the best and have an amazing weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
So I hope that you got inspired listening to Ana Maria. And like she mentioned, the first step is to take action. You will not learn something new just by listening and just reading the posts until you say, yes, I wanna start something. I want to start a new chapter of my life. Until you make one step towards a better future, nothing will change, right? If nothing changes, nothing changes. So don't let that define who you are. I wanted to thank you so much for being here today. I also wanted to remind you to do something nice for someone today, like my friend and chiropractor, Dr. Sean Demaris, told his son every single day. And remember that in a world where people choose to hate each other for no reason, I choose to love for no reason. I appreciate you, and I will see you at the next live. Bye, friend.